Is this my favorite guitar that I've played? No, it is not. But it is a good guitar and a lot of value for your money. Hey there guys, it's Joe with Sloppy Joe's Shred Shack, and today we are going to be taking a look at the Squier Affinity Series Telecaster. Let's see what I think about this thing. Well anyways, welcome back to the Shred Shack. Like I was saying before, my name is Joe, and if you haven't seen my face before, welcome to the Shred Shack. Definitely click subscribe, smash that bell notification, hit the like button. That would make me feel real good, and I like feeling real good. And now if you have seen my face before, welcome back to the Shred Shack. Now, last week you saw me do the playthrough of this video. Now, I want to thank Bruce from Good Times Music in Houghton, Michigan for letting me do a demo of this guitar. Thank you, Bruce. I like the fact that I can just take the guitars off the walls willy-nilly, don't even have to say anything, and I can just bring them here and do videos for you guys. So that's awesome. But, you know, this is a cut and dry machine here. It's, no frills. That's been the theme lately. Cheap guitars that are effective. And this is definitely falling inside that realm of cheap and effective. So I am just going to whip the specs out as I see them here real quick. So we have a 25.5-inch scale length on this guitar. So it is the standard Fender scale length. 2 single coil pickups right here. We have a volume and a tone. A 3-way switch. Alder body that has a 2-tone sunburst finish. The neck is looks like a one-piece maple maybe? I could be wrong, but it looks like a one-piece maple neck. Same thing on the back side here. It's just really, really nice, and it's got a nice satin finish on it, it feels like. Now, it's got a string tree under the B and E strings, and then the tuners are just the standard Squier tuners. It's got 21 medium jumbo frets on there. And then last but not least, it has the string through design. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. It is just a simple little guitar. Now, I think this is selling for $229 if you want to take a look at that. Now, I think that is the going price, whether that's, you know, the big name retailers or whatever, Musician's Friend and Sweetwater or whatever, you know, but yeah, this is a very simple guitar and it sounds like a Telecaster. I have no complaints about it. The things that I really liked is that this thing is really, really comfortable to play. Now the neck, you know, I think it's a C-shaped profile. It feels like a C-shaped profile, but it's a little bit thicker than other C-shaped profiles that I've played. So it's got like, it's definitely got a little bit more girth, but it's not like a baseball bat, but it's got some heft to it, you know, and that's not a bad thing. It makes chording and all that easy. It definitely sounds like rock and roll, and that's who I would recommend this to. People who are just looking to play rock and roll or country or jazz or whatever. I mean, and I throw jazz out there, you know, in a different way because that neck pickup in this one actually sounds pretty good for jazz. And another thing is that that tone knob is also really, really flexible. If you roll that off, you're not going to get that big twangy sound. But I didn't really get the neck pickup twang off this guitar like I was expecting to, which was a little bit interesting, you know, but it definitely didn't sound bad, but it didn't have that spank that I was expecting. But I still have no complaints, to say the least. You know, where this guitar really shines, though, is in this bridge pickup. It really pushes the front end of an amplifier pretty well for a single coil. It sounds really, really good. Like, if out of the 2 pickups, if there is one to choose from, it's definitely this bridge pickup. It sounds good. It sounds expensive. Like, I really liked the way that it sounded. I didn't have any issues with it. Like, I really liked that. The neck pickup, I wasn't a big fan of the one that's specifically in this guitar. I don't know why. Maybe it was a little too warm for me. I was expecting more slap and spank and just sassiness in general, you know, but I didn't really get that, and that was kind of a bummer. Another thing I didn't really like all that much were the fret ends aren't bad. I want to be clear about that. They're not bad, but they are a little bit sharp. Like, you can feel where the metal comes out on the side here. It's a little bumpy. So like, it's not super uncomfortable. It's definitely not the worst I've played by far. And at $229, you shouldn't be expecting, you know, master level fret end work. But you know, like, that was something that I did take note of. Really cool thing that I liked about this guitar is the satin finish or whatever is going on in the back of the neck here. This feels really good in your hand. I like maple necks right off the bat. I am never gonna lie about that. Maple necks are the only neck in my opinion, and this just felt really good to play. And it's weird to say that this is a $229 guitar, because this neck feels a lot better than a $229 neck. You know, now, is my opinion skewed? Yes, because the Affinity series when I was a kid was terrible. It was really bad. But this is really good, so I'm still trying to sort that out in my head personally. This is the second Affinity series guitar that I've had on the channel, and I'm impressed by it. Is this my favorite guitar that I've played? No, it is not. But it is a good guitar and a lot of value for your money. The only other problem that I honestly had with this thing were the tuners. The tuners were not very good. You could feel a little bit of movement in there. Not that it couldn't tune the guitar. I want to be clear about that. But they just weren't great. Like, you know, like when you tune up and it kind of does that skip thing. It did that a few times. The nut is okay. I didn't have any issues with the nut like getting stuck or anything. But these tuners kind of felt cheap. And you know, I just got done playing that Affinity series Starcaster that has, I believe, the same tuners on it, but I didn't have that problem with that guitar. I had that problem with this guitar. I'm not quite sure why, but I did. I was able to get the guitar in tune and all that, but it was they're not the best tuners. Honestly, if the tuners were replaced on this would be a pretty awesome guitar, I'd have to admit. But yeah, you know, I'm gonna, you know, play around a little bit and just kind of walk through like a few tones or something. You know, I'm just gonna plug into my Helix here and I'll kind of explain like the stuff that I really liked about this guitar, tonally speaking. Alright, so I've plugged into my Helix here and I've got the Tele plugged in. We're playing into a Friedman BE100. I believe it is a Own Hammer Emperor 412 with Celestion Vintage 30s too. And this is kind of what it sounds like clean on the bridge. And then in the middle. And then on the neck. Now, as you can tell, that bridge sounds really Tele-like, and this middle position also sounds really Tele-like. Then the neck kind of just does one of these. It just kind of falls flat. I don't know what it is about it that I don't like, but it just sounds kind of goofy, I guess. And not that it sounds bad, I just wasn't expecting that. I kind of wanted that classic neck Tele thing. Mainly I think of like Rage Against the Machine. Not that it doesn't sound bad. I'm gonna try to see if I can get some Rage Against the Machine inspired riffs right now with this neck pickup. As we all know, Tom Morello exclusively used the neck pickup on a lot of riffs. So, but I can't play any actual Rage riffs because this thing will get flagged and demonetized so fast. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't sound bad for a Tele neck pickup, but I kind of want that just, that trebly punch that comes from the weird neck pickup that are on these, you know, Teles normally. Not that it doesn't sound bad, but I'm going to play the same riff in the middle position, and you're going to hear the difference in how much it spanks. And yeah, you can definitely hear it right there. It just sounds so mean, and I love it. You know, and the bridge pickup definitely has some bite to it, so I'm just gonna kind of like just play some like palm muted riffs, and it sounds so good. But yeah, it sounds really good. Now, if you're looking for more tones and stuff, go back into my channel and go to the playthrough of this guitar. I definitely talk less and I play a lot more, but I kind of want to just give you my, you know, general take on this guitar, you know, in this video. But yeah, I really enjoy this guitar. Are there flaws in this thing? Yes. The fret ends, which aren't super bad. The tuners, I wasn't a big fan of those. They're not terrible, but they're not great. And the neck pickup just didn't speak with me. The bridge pickup did though. But you know, if those are the only things that I have to complain about on a $229 guitar, that's pretty good. Now, if you're interested in purchasing this thing, links are in the description box below, so definitely go take a look at those. But you know, what would I rate this thing? 7.5. 7.3 maybe, somewhere in that area out of 10. You know, it's not bad. But if this was my first guitar, oh man, that'd be awesome, you know. But this definitely isn't a bad one. If you're looking for a good mod platform, this might be a good instrument for that, you know. Like, it's solid and it plays well. Like, I have no complaints, you know. I think there are 9s strung on this guitar, so I'm not used to that kind of more thin feeling, but on the strings. But if I had my own strings on here and, you know, maybe swap the neck pickup, this thing would be, I could play out with this thing without even worrying about it, you know. But, you know, that's really all I have to say on the subject matter. If you want to buy it, do it. It's got my stamp of approval. I would buy it if I was in this price point for this type of guitar. I would definitely get it. So guys, if you're looking for an excuse, here's your excuse. Buy it. Why not? But anyways, if you like what you're seeing here, definitely click subscribe, smash that bell notification, and follow me in all the upcoming videos. Now, you can always hit me up on Facebook. Just pretend this is a keyboard and type it into your browser, you turkey. Or hit me up on Instagram at sloppyjoes_shredcheck. Anyways, I'm Joe. This is a Squier Telecaster, the Affinity series. It's really pretty, you know, it's a classic guitar. I recommend it, you know. Anyways, later.